moment, but we should be back. Double checking. Double check. Yes, we're good. Okay, we're live again. All right. So just in case, so the favorite few have just finished making their way around the town of Nightshan, doing some investigation. They've made their way to one of the sewer grates, checked it really quick, found an aura of abjuration magic, and are now in the process of discussing what they would like to do. All right, go ahead and continue.
How many healing potions does everybody have besides what's in the bag?
Fat 0. 1.
Nature, the wild one to help me. I need one.
None.
Don't have one.
Then maybe we should go and see if we could get a few more here.
If this place is as it is, I guarantee all the potions belong to these mercenaries.
Are you worried? I'm not.
Well, be that as it may, you may not worry, but of course I do worry. If these guys are in league with our Birdmash friends, no doubt that if the Birdmash think we are our enemies, they are in turn going to make us enemies.
Well, they haven't seemed to have recognized us yet. Only the one we fought did.
I think we should just get it and see what we could get. Then go find a place to check up for a few hours.
Well,
See
if
what we can see at night.
then we find one. But I don't hold my breath if there's any.
Did anybody see any store? I don't remember if I did.
We saw a bookstore.
You guys would have seen what appeared to be a general shop called the Shifting Lodge.
Okay. Who would have seen that? Would that have been...
That's your group, Flock.
Okay, so... Okay, let's go there and
Okay.
see if they're still open.
Alright, so you'll go ahead and you make your way to the Shifting Lodge. As you enter in, you guys can smell the putrid smells of mold, potentially some rotting fish. And you can see that there is an individual that is sat at the front, a very long, scraggly beard, haphazardly cut in different areas. His hair's kind of messy and scraggly all over the place. He's got, as he's kind of breathing through his mouth, you can see he's missing quite a few teeth. Very simple wear. These kind of silver streaks through his hair and these green eyes that just kind of watch you as you enter. Oh, you say,
sorry. Hey. Hi, folks. How you doing? Hey, I can't get
Hey, yes, I was wondering if you had any of those potions of healing?
Healing potions, eh? I suppose I can check in the back.
and as he says check in the back, you see him just drop behind the counter for a moment. You'll hear him kind of rummaging through some stuff. And you go like,
Perfect.
he'll go ahead and pull up a healing potion.
Your luck. I have exactly one potion on me.
How much?
And what kind is it?
You can tell at a glance, Valak, this is a basic healing potion.
Okay, how much do you want for that?
For something like this, my friend, this is really rare around these parts. I can sell this to you for just 100 gold pieces.
100
I
gold.
look at... I turn around and be like, that's more than we normally pay, right?
That's
Yeah,
highway
very
robbery.
much, yes.
I'd
Highway
say
robbery, but I'm assuming this fine gentleman is quite right that it's rare. I'm assuming
I'm gonna make an insight
our
check if it's rare.
friends
Make an
wearing
insight check.
I'm assuming our friends wearing gray and red are the purveyors of these potions. Am I right?
I believe. I guess.
I mean, he seems to be as much on the up and up, and he'll kind of looks at you.
You want it?
You think we could get it cheaper, as I whispered to them?
here, doubtful.
75 gold.
No deal. 100 gold pieces or nothing.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Well, of course. Anything to...
We will need them.
Anything to...
You notice you notice as you guys are kind of having this conversation amongst you, he's almost categorizing each of you with his eyes as he gives you quick once over, observes you for a moment, goes to the next one. Aster kind of looks at you and he'll kind of move his glance over to Hildy, gives you a once over.
Oh, interesting.
So he'll move over to Ezreal. And Ezreal, he will look at you and he'll go,
Oh my, aren't you a beauty? Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Ezra.
Ezreal, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Drostfaubal. It's a pleasure, my dear.
and he seems to be getting really excited talking to you.
I'm going to look over at Nightgax and be like, this is how you're supposed to really talk to a woman.
What?
I'm gonna hand Bosco to Hildy.
Alright.
Charmed.
He kind of seems to ignore the rest of you. He's just fully focused on Ezra. He says,
Hey, so what are you doing later tonight, huh? Maybe go to the Great Taker together, huh? Maybe get a little drink, get to know each other. What do you think?
What's the deal?
I've got a date with my boyfriend. I'm gonna just kind of cling on to Nightgax for a moment.
Oh, I'm looking at him rather intensely.
Are you sure? This is you, huh? You still think you could do better? Come on, take a chance. Come on.
I'm gonna Goose gonna step in between them and put his elbow down on the counter and look the shopkeep in the eyes.
alright.
Listen, you cretin. You're gonna stop flirting with my friend, or I'm gonna take your lisp and make it a whole lot worse. You got that?
Make an intimidation check.
Yeah.
And they say I have an anger problem.
I don't have the skills for that.
So
You're gonna do great.
So he'll kind of simultaneously kind of bring his arm up. You can see as he brings his hands up fully, the hand that he brings up under his chin is almost buckled in areas, almost like it's being pushed back into his palm. And as he kind of rests under his chin, he looks at you.
Are you threatening me? You know, I could call anyone in the Brotherhood, have you disappear in a minute. So I suggest if you want to do business here in my establishment, you go ahead and you get your stupid little elbow off of my counter.
All right.
Oh, watch out! He's a good friend of the Brotherhood. Bunch of bullies decide to go ahead and push their ways around and do whatever they damn well please.
And you think I can't make them do what I want?
And when they're doing that, I'm looking around the shop to see if I see anything
Okay.
that would catch my eyes.
So
Yeah.
taking a glance around the shop, a lot of what you see is what appears to be a bunch of fishing supplies. There are some tackle boxes, some fishing rods that litter around. You can see almost what appears to be carpenter's kits specifically tailored to fixing holes in ships or just working on ships in general. There's a lot of cleaning supplies. You can see there are a few full kits, some explorers packs that are just hanging up on the on hooks along the wall. However, where the explorers kits are hanging, you can see that the wall is almost giving to the weight. This seems to be more of a bait and tackle shop than a general shop. And he will, as you kind of get off.
Do I find any maps in this area? Does he have any maps in here?
No maps in here, I'm afraid. He'll go ahead and kind of take his hand out from underneath his chin and say,
Alright, so your rude friend aside, 100 gold pieces for this here healing potion. Do we have a deal or not?
How much?
100 gold pieces.
I'm gonna make you a better offer, and I'll go ahead and I'll pull out this wonderful golden tome that I've had in my backpack and look it over. I don't know. I think it's worth about 100 gold pieces.
Probably more. Much more. What do you think?
He'll hold his other hand out. This one is not as buckled as the other one.
Oh, no. After threatening us of being so close to the Brotherhood, how dare we go ahead and hand you something so much of valued importance?
Fine, whatever. So you don't want the healing potion?
Well, it could be arranged. If you don't have anything of greater importance that is being hidden away.
Make a persuasion roll at disadvantage.
What if I bat my eyelashes at him? Will that make
while
it?
this is going on, I've
Oh,
grabbed
21.
Boss.
You're
I've grabbed Boss.
Yeah, Bosco.
No.
I've grabbed Bosco and left the building.
Alright.
Who has left the building?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Wait. For what?
Wait.
Wait.
What are you doing, Jordan?
Wait.
Okay, I think we're good. Sorry, there was some commotion outside.
What it? Oh. I didn't. I thought that was a character.
No.
There's
No,
also
no,
someone
that
who
was-
started doing like ASL.
Yeah.
We were just like,
I roll 21 for persuasion. What do you say? Wait.
So he'll go ahead and... So he kind of looks you over, Neck-X, for a moment.
I'll tell you what. I may have something
I don't know.
I may have something
I'll
else
assume that's...
that I can
we have something else.
trade you. But on one condition.
He points to Ezreal.
She has to get a drink with me.
I don't know about that. But
Hildy pipes up. Deal.
You know what?
No. I didn't say that.
Hey.
Give me just one moment. And he'll go ahead
Dude.
and takes the healing potion and he'll start kind of...
Do I see any glasses on his... Anywhere around him? Like 2 glasses?
No.
Anything I could pour alcohol in?
I mean, yeah, there are flasks that you can purchase. He'll go
Who else
ahead-
has a water skin? Give me a water skin. Somebody give me their water
Hildy
skin.
hands
Yeah.
him her
He'll go
water.
ahead and you guys kind of hear him scrambling, and you actually see him. He pulls a crowbar out, and as he goes ahead and he kind of puts it into the floorboard.
Stupid board.
And as he pulls back, you'll hear a popping sound as a hidden trapdoor will open completely. He'll kind of go ahead and start reaching his hand in. You can see it's not very deep. As he does so, he'll pull out this very long case, almost like a to Chris would understand, almost like a trombone case that he pulls out. He'll shut it behind him and he'll set it down on the counter with a very loud boom as it impacts.
Today I learned me and Eric are the only 2 people in here who know what a trombone is.
I fucking played the trombone.
Oh, by the way,
Wait,
David. By the way,
wait,
David.
seriously? You all don't know what a trombone was?
By the way,
I don't
No,
play
I'm making a
with
joke.
anybody in the band.
by the way, David.
I
I
think
can't
Rick
see
would be the
you.
only one.
Can you reconnect?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Could you reconnect, David? I can't see you.
Yeah.
My camera's having issues right now.
So he'll go ahead and he'll kind of look aside, and he'll kind of start fishing for some latches underneath, and you'll hear a series of pops as he fully opens the case. And on the inside, you can see what appears to be this very pristine looking, because you guys have seen this before, it looks like a musket of some kind. There's etching that's kind of scratched into the side. For those of you trained in Arcana, which I think is only Aster, is anybody else trained in Arcana?
No, I am.
Yeah.
You can see that there are a series of arcane symbols that are kind of run across the length of the barrel. And he'll, as he props it up and opens it, he'll be,
Well, this is an item I've been holding on to for a little bit now. The Brotherhood doesn't see any need for it, but if you're interested.
Mind if I take a look at it?
Sure.
Can I use the identify spell on
do
it?
you start pulling out spell components?
I pull out my focus.
It kind of close the thing, pull it back.
And what exactly do you think you're doing?
Seeing if it still works.
Of course it
What
still
it is.
works. Why would I hold on to a defective product?
Who knows?
Okay,
This entire
well,
town seems ramshackled. Why wouldn't the products?
while they're doing that, I dumped out both water skins. I pull out my my cask of ale. I fill them both up.
Mhm.
I give one to Ezreal and I give one to him. Here's your drink.
He kind of takes it.
Clever. I like it.
He'll kind of pop open, save it, and he'll hold the drink up.
Cheers.
He'll hold it out to you.
I hold up the cask.
He'll go ahead and he'll kind of clink the water skins together, but as he does so, he takes his other hand and will actually kind of sniff your palm real quick before
Excuse me.
taking a drink.
Do you mind?
Kind of sloppily just down the whole water skin before tossing it aside.
We've had our drink. Are you
Deal
satisfied now?
Deal's done.
He never said
And-
where you had to have a drink. You just said a drink.
Alright, so, are you interested or not? If not, I'm gonna put it back.
What is it again? Since I didn't catch what it was.
It's a. If you're asking him specifically what it does, he'll say,
Well, from my understanding of the object, it'll, these symbols here,
and he'll point out some of the symbols with his still kind of clawed hand, and he'll start like kind of rubbing the upper part of his hand across them.
these symbols, when you fire munitions through it, will strengthen it, make it hit a bit harder than it normally would. Also, it has a very distinct property that allows people who do not know how to use these sorts of weapons to immediately get the knowledge of how to use them.
Well, that is very interesting knowledge.
How much?
Well, I've already made the offer, and I'll hold the book up.
I would need to examine it a bit closer, please.
Oh, of course. Let's just go ahead and have ourselves your investigation, and I'll, my friend, do his investigation.
Make a persuasion roll.
Not bad.
Okay. He'll
Both objects don't leave this counter.
Fair deal. I'll put the book, the Tome of Influence, down on the counter. I go to Aster and go, do as you will.
Alright, so he'll kind of pull his other arm out and open up the tome, kind of begin looking at it, and he'll start flipping.
He wouldn't be able to open up the tome.
Oh, yeah,
It's already
that's-
been
yeah.
used.
Yeah, so he'll go ahead and he'll attempt to do it, and he'll kind of take it, look at it.
Wait a minute. I know what this is. When's the last time this was used?
Well,
Wait,
it's
does
very
he?
interesting. I've only recently encountered this book, but I've had no use for it. I don't know. Maybe it was last used 100 years ago, 500 years ago.
Make a deception roll.
I haven't been able to check.
Make a deception check.
Ew.
Hey.
He'll kind of scratches under his neck with it.
Well, seeing as this has been used, and you don't know the length that it's been used in, I'm afraid
I never know. It could open up tomorrow.
yes, but we don't know that now, do we?
Sadly not.
Well,
It is very high quality.
Yeah, I could possibly accept this as partial payment towards the item, but because I do not know how long it is going to be, I do not know if I will be able to get rid of it before it reopens.
I can potentially see how long it would take myself, if you would let me.
As you do you cast Identify on the musket?
Yeah, I cast Identify on the musket.
Okay. So it does do exactly what he said. It gives you when you attune. It does require attunement, but when you attune to the object, you gain proficiency with firearms. Any shots fired through the musket deal an additional 1d10 of force damage. So it's 1d10 normally, and it does a d10 of force damage with any piece of munition shot through it. Yeah, that's what you get. It doesn't give any bonuses to damage rolls or attack rolls, but but that's what it gives you.
Okay. And then I'll cast Identify on the tome as well.
Okay, you know that this is not going to be. I would say you would know this is not going to be open for close to basically another. I don't remember exactly how long it is. Apologies. I think it's a century, right?
I think it was every 1,000 years.
Yeah, I thought it was every 1,000.
Yeah, it regains it in a century. It's gonna be another century before this book is open.
I'm still gonna do it to keep up with
So you go ahead and finish your Identify.
Yeah.
Here's an oddly specific number.
You could have done this the whole time. Sometimes. Well, now
Hey, it was your possession.
Well, yes, it was
Alright,
my
so-
possession, but
so
I
tell
thought
me
we
how
were
long?
working together on this.
How long?
You never asked. 17 years.
17 years? Oh, dear. I don't think I'm gonna live that long.
I don't.
So I'll tell you.
It usually opens within a century, so
Tell you what. Because it's open in 17 years, I might be able to resell it. Okay, tell you what. I was going to sell this for, let me see, 1,600 gold pieces. With this book, and with the identification you have done for me, I will knock that price down to 600 gold pieces for this item.
Okay. Let's see here. I might be short of funds. How's the party funds looking?
rich.
So who's trying to get it?
Jordan.
Well, I'm just asking around, like, what's the party funds and what do we have right now? It's gonna cost 600 to get it.
Vlok is probably the richest one in the party right now. I have, what,
380.
150 platinum and 43 gold?
Jesus Christ.
Vlok
You're
is not
fucking
smart.
loaded.
And Jordan robbed me to send some gold to people before, too. So I could even have more.
That was way back in the day, wasn't it?
No, the gold that was split, I gave entirely back over to Octa's family. And that was all the part that was given
No,
to me.
this was way back even before that.
You kind of see as you're contemplating this, he's still kind of panting through his mouth. You see his tongue kind of weaves, goes in between the teeth as he kind of just like.
Well, how's it looking there, Vlok? Are we okay to go ahead and obtain this piece of rather nicely done work here, actually?
Let's see. We have 380 in the party loot.
Yep.
And how much does everybody else have on them?
I have 6 gold pieces.
Do you have how much, Jordan?
6 gold pieces, 4 silver.
Mm-hmm.
Nakax doesn't try to carry a lot of point on them.
I have 107 gold and 83 platinum.
So 830.
Haley holds up a single gold coin.
And,
I think
where
I'll
is this thing going?
probably go.
Or why do you want it?
And she leaves the store.
Well, quite honestly, I'm thinking fight fire with fire. They got some weapons of their own. Why can't we use it against them?
But who's going to use it?
Whoever gets it's gonna get proficiency with it. So
Well, I like casting spells. The spells that I cast can damage, well, a lot more than just, well, the enemy, but all of you. I'd be very comfortable if I were to be a wielder of this weapon. And if not me, then someone that has a keen eye.
I'm guessing somebody who's dexterous.
That's what I'm
say-
alluding to, yes, Locke.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Goo might be a good fit then. It's- if he
Nakax
even
gets
wants
a
to use
shotgun.
But we can discuss this after we make our purchase as well.
Exactly.
So, will you be purchasing then?
Well, it's up to the rest of you. All we need is 60 platinum and we're out the door.
I'll just pull out the 380 out of the bag of holding. Be like, here's the party loot. You do what you want.
Okay, that's...
I will throw in some platinum as well.
I'll throw in. Let's see. I'll throw in 20 gold out of my personal. So that's
Alright,
400 total.
So that'd be 400.
I'll throw in 20 platinum. That's 600, right?
20
Yep.
platinum, that's 200 gold.
So that
As you guys
so-
go ahead and put it on the table, he'll take the book, take the money. You see, he grabs the book
And
with
do
his
we
good
get-
hand. The other hand kind of.
Hold on, before he starts grabbing it, I put my hand on it. Be like, you're gonna throw in the healing potion with that.
No,
Right?
I'm not. That was not the deal. It was this book and 600 gold for the musket.
But you had your date as well. You even got to smell her hand! Was that not worth it?
He'll kind of take the thing. He'll go ahead and make a persuasion roll. Asked her.
Is that with advantage since I initiated it?
Sure. Asked her to make a persuasion roll at advantage.
I don't even need the advantage, I'm a god.
Tell you what,
He'll kind of think about
Fuck your
it.
tell
advantage.
you what, I'll cut you a deal. I'll take half the price off. So for 50 more gold, you can have this healing potion.
Okay. I'll throw in 5 more platinum.
Oops, sorry. Misclick. Continue.
He'll go ahead and, like, with the good hand, he'll take the book and kind of set it under the counter, and you'll see he kind of goes out with his crooked hand. You see one of the hands actually open up, and you guys hear some audible cracking as he opens the fingers on his other hand before it kind of wraps around most of the purse and gets pulled back.
All right. Well, a pleasure doing business with all of you. Thank you so much.
And he'll kind of take the book and kind of looks at it.
Yeah.
Just kind of haphazardly tosses it into the trap door before kicking it closed.
If you're not going to be lecherous toward me, I do have a question for you.
Absolutely. What can I do for you?
What do you know about that drow?
Which drow? There's quite a few drow in Nightshan.
I think she's referring to the captain.
Lemaeus?
Captain.
General.
General, yep.
Oh.
Captain, general, whoever.
Yes. I just been talking about General Delal. Yes?
Yes.
Oh, such a charming individual. Comes in here frequently. Pays quite a bit for my services. It's quite nice.
Doesn't seem to be the impression we got.
Oh, he can be rough around the edges. But I tell you, as long as you talk to him and you commute and you do business with him, he's a perfectly understanding individual.
Oh, so the same as every other soldier here. As long as you do business with them, they don't bother you.
Are you new to Nightshan?
Absolutely. I was
Yeah,
mugged
that makes sense.
this
That makes
very
sense.
morning.
You guys don't look like you can really hold your own. Maybe this guy. And he'll point up to Balak. This guy could probably knock a few heads, take some gold. The rest of you, not so much.
Hey!
Yes, I like knocking heads.
I can tell. Well, you'll get along just fine. Okay, this will be, thrusts. A few tips from Drost here. Number one, don't let anyone bigger than you jump you, because if you don't have the gold to pay for it, the guards will kick your ass with them. Second is, don't go messing around with the wrong people. It's
Who would those be?
doesn't matter.
It does.
Pretty much anybody you talk to around here is the wrong individual. As long as you don't instigate too much in a conversation, like, say, I don't know, put your elbow on a shopkeeper's counter and threaten him. And my third tip is strike first. You think anyone's following you? You strike first, no matter what. Kill them if you have to.
And if they happen to be the very people that are meant to protect the city.
So what kind of
It won't be the first
gun was
time.
that?
So
What kind of
it's
gun was
free
that?
game
I'm
all
gonna
around,
put that in the bag of holding.
Well, not free game. So this is a rule that's a bit weird as to what the Brotherhood instigated. You can basically attack whoever you want, and you reap the consequences for it, but a guard has to be the one to attack you first, or else you're liable by death.
Oh, really? So,
Lovely place.
say that's someone that is very deeply, closely associated. Say someone wearing a bird mask. Were to go ahead and...
I've seen those individuals kind of coming around. If you stop in my shop, they buy some fishing rods and some tackle. Really nice folks.
Well, I'm just saying that if they go ahead and attack someone first, then it's free game to go ahead and strike them back.
I don't see why not.
And it should behoove the Brotherhood to go ahead and put their efforts into making sure that individual goes ahead and deals with the consequences if so requested.
Hey, yeah, I don't see why not, as long as they're the ones that attack you first.
Interesting. Well, maybe we need to go ahead and have a conversation in general another time. Maybe see if we can't go ahead and discuss about the incident that happened this morning. Thank you ever so much.
It's a pleasure. What do I call you all? You're a very interesting group. I don't see many of ragtag groups coming through here.
Well, we are the favored few. And we're here to go ahead and handle some business here for a little bit. And maybe
Flavored.
maybe business will be seen back here in a few days.
Oh, well, if you do return, just make sure you tell your friend not to put his elbow on my counter again. Okay? Perfect. Alright, well, pleasure doing business with you. Have a nice day.
Fairly well.
Oh my god, my face hurts from closing an eye the whole time. Oh my god.
Why did you close an eye the entire
Because
time?
I got into character, dude.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
will say, the best part about doing webcam is seeing you do all the voices.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Let me just find a mask.
Oh god.
So,
alright.
after we step out,
Yeah, so you guys will make your way. You guys.
So
will
what
make your
kind
way-
of gun is that, and where did it go?
All
It's a
right.
musket.
So, the
did
DM
you
would
put
like
it
to
in the bag of
apologize.
holding or
I just
no?
looked in the handouts, and I unfortunately did not make a handout for this. I do apologize, but this is.
I'm gonna take that and throw that in the bag of holding.
This is a arms master's musket. While attuned to it, you have proficiency with any and all firearms. The musket does a D10 of normal damage and a D10 of force damage. It does require you to buy munitions, so you'll have to find somebody who sells munitions.
I'm pretty sure we've already picked up munitions in the bag.
We have some. Actually, we have 40.
The musket itself it fires off of dexterity, so it is a dex-based weapon. As well as it has a misfire, and it has a misfire of 2. So if ever you make an attack with the musket and you roll a 1 or a 2 on the die, naturally
Bad things happen.
Yeah, the gun misfires.
Does it have any pluses to attack or no?
It does not. No pluses to attack or damage, except for the extra D10 of force damage that you get.
Okay.
If a gun misfires, it requires the use of Tinkerer's tools to repair. It has a range of 120 to 480 feet. Yeah, that's it.
Hopefully someone's writing this down because I'm
gonna make a handout once the stream ends. I should have had a handout for it, but I forgot to make one before today.
Yeah, I won't worry about that. It's in the bag of holding.
Yeah. And it does require attunement, so this will eat an attunement slot to use.
I'm sorry for that little bit of waste of time, but I figured I'd try to actually get at least a little bit more information out of them.
Okay, that didn't work.
That was fine.
Well, we can say for sure, terrible judge of character.
It seems like that's the kind of attitude you're supposed to have in order to survive in this town.
I just think everyone's so pleasant, no matter how unpleasant they are.
You seem pretty pleasant to you, though.
Yeah, he really enjoyed you.
I didn't really enjoy him.
I could tell. He smelt your hand. That was actually quite weird.
Hey, David, how's your webcam doing, by the way?
Oh,
Having a strong.
having a strong.
It's about as good as Vlox.
I refreshed mine.
Why?
And now I can't see. Oh, there you are. There you are. Okay.
I didn't even know
I
how to
refreshed
set.
mine.
Continue.
Am I
Sorry,
too
I just wanted to
quiet?
say.
Okay, so now shall we... Actually, we're near the ocean, correct?
Yeah, you guys are pretty close to the ocean. The docks.
Is there any docks?
Actually, you guys are right next to the docks.
I'm gonna go see if I can find a cartographer. So I'm sure we don't have a map
Make an
of
investigation
any
check.
of this area.
Wow.
Make an investigation check.
Where?
Okay. So unfortunately, as it is, it's getting pretty late. You notice a lot. You don't really see anybody, any cartographers, as you ask around. Nobody really points you in any directions. One person just says, I'm not really sure. Perhaps come back in the morning. Might be someone here who can help you."
Okay.
I can't help it. I'm a sucker for funny voices.
Alright, so you guys
Shall we go get a place?
Yeah.
I can take you to
We
it.
need to find a way
I guess
to...
one good thing can come from today.
To find a way to what?
To then.
Alright. So you guys will make your way to the cracked tankard. Jesus, why couldn't I say that?
Crank
Crankacres.
The Crank Taker.
Cake
Yeah, that
takers.
sounds like
Yeah.
that sounds like a great place.
So as you enter,
Crankacres on
Lizards
Comedy
Lake.
Central.
So as you enter in, you guys see that it's basically almost like Western saloon doors. As you guys make your way inside, there are a variety of tables and booths that are set up. Each of them seeming to hold quite a number of people, especially for the hour. It is probably around dinner time for most of these people. A lot of them are adorned in the grays and reds of the Brotherhood. As you can see that there are some bar hands that are running around serving food. As you guys are just beginning to make your way in, you guys will actually feel a bump at your back as you see an individual, hood kind of pulled over and has like a cane in front of him. As he walks past, says,
I'm sorry.
and he'll just hobble into the establishment.
Who did he bump
check
into?
on immediate check of my coin purse or anything that is.
Let me see who he bumped into. 1, 2, 3. It was Nakax. So Nakax, he kind of a bump on your back.
Yeah, I like even with that bump, I'm gonna check to see if there was anything that was lifted off of me.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation.
Because I can't trust anyone in this town.
13. Kind of pat yourself down, check all of your pockets. Everything seems to be there.
Yeah, it better be.
Alright. At the head of this establishment, you can see individual with a very long mustache, kind of almost like Fu Manchu style that stretches down. However, part of it kind of comes off the face. The other side is almost connected to the beard as it comes down and stretches across the bottom of the neck. You can see he's in this very simple attire, barkeeper attire, but very simple nonetheless. His head's completely shaved. You can see parts where it's coming back in. And he has these very dark brown eyes. He has one eye closed at the moment as he's holding up a tankard and has a cloth in his other hand. Is kind of looking inside of it, kind of starts cleaning the inside, looks at it, and as he pulls it out, you can see there's just this thick layer of grime that comes out of it. He's just, ugh. Go ahead and clean it out one more time, and after a few more strokes, he just kind of gives up on it, puts it on the table, grabs another one, and begins the same process. As you guys approach, he'll kind of look at you all. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So 6 rounds of ale, I presume.
And potentially
Not really much of a drinker.
All right. 5
Me
rounds
neither.
I
of ale,
think
I
it's
guess.
more appropriate.
All right. And you said something about rooms?
Just need a room.
Yeah, doesn't everybody? For the 6 of you, I'm afraid I only have 1 room available at the moment, and it's pretty cramped. But if it
That's
was
okay. I can
served-
sleep outside.
It'll work.
better than nothing.
All right, cool. So 5 rounds of ale and a room for just tonight, or are you looking for an extended stay?
How much is
Get back to
it
you
a
on that.
night?
A few days.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Everyone talking at once.
Yeah, he kind of, as you guys all talk to him once a bit, he'll kind of put a hand up towards you, kind of rub his forehead, and just say, "All right, let me try this a little bit slower. For
How much
one
per
night, or multiple nights? Now, one of you answer me.
One night.
Thank you.
How much?
All right, for 5 rounds of ale and the night includes some dinner for tonight. You're looking at 1 silver and 4 copper.
I might as well just pay for 2 nights at that rate.
All right, then that's going to come to 2 silver, 4 copper.
Okay.
So you go ahead and put it down on the table. He'll take it.
4,000 gold pieces.
He'll go ahead and
$1 million.
you'll kind of see he'll kind of flatten out his hand for a moment, and the tankards that he has set up on the bar, he'll kind of in one swoop. You see some of the tankards will kind of bunch up into his hand. He grabs 5 in total before he goes over to a keg, and rapidly just kind of hitting it with his arm. He hits it, counts out 5 seconds, puts it up, hits it again, counts out 5 seconds, and you see almost in rhythm he just fills up all 5 of these tankards before sliding them back on the table one hand. It just with a little shove, it just fans out in front of you guys. And he'll go ahead and reach under the counter, and he'll pull out a key with a very gnarled hook on it. And all right, well, there you go. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your room. My name's Gallus. Don't bug me unless you really need something.
Oh, nice to meet you, Gallus.
I'll take the key and head upstairs.
Was
I'll
crazy.
follow Astria.
I'm gonna chug it. Chug, chug, chug.
So you guys will.
I just pound it back real quick and follow him
So
up.
Volok, as you go ahead and pound it back, I actually need you to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
I saw this coming.
Oh no.
Not Hildy.
You're
Hildy
drinking
does
dirty
too.
water.
Anybody who just pounded their drink has to make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
Do, do.
At the very least,
I'm
I
not
wanted to
drinking.
see if I could taste it before I even dared.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sip.
It was 1 drink for Hildy and 4 for Valak.
All right. So Volok will grab a drink and pound it back. You don't even really have a chance for the taste to register on your tongue, Volok. As you just finish it, you kind of just toss the tankard back on the counter. Hildy, you go ahead and you drink it back, and it almost feels like sewage going down your throat. It is disgusting. The worst ale you have ever tasted in your life. As
it always this sad?
As you kind of take it back, you kind of maybe get a quarter of the way through what you set it down, and then you guys just watch as Hildy just lets it go right in the middle, right onto the floor.
Oh, Hildy, are you okay?
Gallus
Is
will
it
look
really
over and
that
say,
bad?
"Oh God, another one." He'll grab
It's sewage.
he'll grab
It's
a-
sewage.
Does this happen often?
Yes,
sewage.
only
Of
with
course
people
it
that don't know how to
does.
handle their alcohol.
It's sewage. It's not ale.
That's
I'm gonna sniff the drink.
Here,
and
I'm gonna
see if
pull-
it's-
Just your nose hairs almost burn as you're sniffing this.
Dragon nose hairs. Boy, howdy.
Dragon said nose hairs.
I'm gonna go. This is a terrible decision.
Make a Constitution.
What's he doing?
Yes, this should be interesting.
Oh, he's better than you.
Let me see. 18. So yeah, Nagai's gonna. And you drink it back, and as you slam it on the table, you're kind of waiting for that intense taste to run over your tongue, and it doesn't. It almost just kind of leaves this odd coating in your mouth that just gives a little bit of a burn, but there's no real flavor.
Alright. I expected a lot worse. Okay.
I think I'll just put that back on the counter.
Volok, do you drink another one?
No, I only had the one.
Alright. So you two will make your way up to the room, and as you get to your door, use the key and unlock it. Inside, it is a single bed. It is very cramped space. Like, you guys could maybe comfortably fit 4 people in here. And that's, like, if you really squeeze.
Is there a
We only
window?
call dibs.
Ravioli takes the whole bed.
Ravioli!
Is there a window?
There is a window in here.
Alright.
As you go over to the windowsill, you can see that the windows itself are kind of dusty. And on the mantle, you can see what appears to be some flies that have long since passed.
I'm actually checking to see what the outside of the window looks like. Like, streets beneath and an alleyway.
Yeah, you'll
or
go ahead.
something.
You have to. It takes a little doing, but you manage to get it. You manage to push the windows open. As you do, you'll hear a very audible as the window creaks open. And as you look out, you can see it is quite a view. From the position of how high you are, you can clearly see the ocean outwards, and it seems the window you have is pointing more towards the ocean. You can see a few residents and businesses. Looking at the street level, you can see people still passing by from time to time. You've got a pretty good scope of the area around you.
How far is the fall down outside of the window?
Outside the window, you're looking at maybe 30 feet.
Okay, that's not bad for me. Other people, not so much.
Don't worry about other people. You're solid.
I'm thinking about escape plan.
No, what?
If some bad guys decide they don't want us around anymore in the middle of the night.
For
I
those
think
of
at
you,
least two of us can fly. Yeah.
well, for those of
Go
you
ahead.
on the ground floor still, for those of you still on the ground floor, you can see around maybe 10 minutes after you guys get in, some of the patrons actually begin leaving. You can see one individual, that hobbled individual, that kind of goes over to a booth, kind of puts his cane up on the table and sits down. Go ahead and I want Luke. Anybody who's in the bar can make me a perception check.
I was gonna say, this is the same dude that bumped me, right?
Yeah, it's the same dude
Yeah.
that bumped you.
Yeah, I
Not
want
to me, alright.
I would at the very least want to see if he's sketch or if
You
I'm
said
just being crazy.
perception?
Yeah, perception.
I thought you were up in the room.
No.
Yeah, I thought you.
No, the four of you are still downstairs. It was only Aster and Goo that went upstairs.
It was me and Valak.
I fell asleep.
Oh, okay. So
Falak sees the beer flowing into his eyes.
yeah. So for most of you, you can kind of. So you guys kind of watch as he hobbles up. He'll put his cane down and he'll kind of sit there for a moment before you kind of see him start rummaging into his cloak for a second. And as he kind of moves his hands up, you can see that there's a stone in his hand that he seems to whisper something into before he kind of puts it up to his ear. Listens for a moment, says something again into the stone, and then puts it away.
Do I know what this item is?
Make an Arcana check.
It's a speaky heary.
Yeah, this is a from the glance you early get on it. This is a sending stone.
Okay.
Another individual that kind of catches your eye amongst the variety of these dark grays and reds is a very dark-skinned individual with pretty much almost completely bald to the head, save for a small ring that goes around the side. He's wearing a very nice vest. You can see his arms seem to be just covered, and I mean covered. There's barely any actual skin that pokes through the numerous sets of tattoos that run up his arms. And even across his neck, you can see pushing up under his chin just more of these tattoos. He just kind of seems to be in his meal for a moment. You can see it's a very poorly cooked trout in front of him. He'll kind of poke at it, kind of sniff it, starts eating it. You can see he actually really has to chew to get through it. And that's the same meal that's served to all of you for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any particular design on it, or are they just tattoos?
Yeah, do I notice anything about them either?
Let's say you guys would probably have to get closer if you want to thoroughly investigate them.
Helen just walks up. I've been really thinking about getting a tattoo and just starts looking really closely.
He'll kind of pull away. I'm sorry. Kind of push you away.
No, I was rude. They just look so cool. Can I look at them?
I'm sorry. I'm not too keen on people just coming up to me and looking at my tattoos.
But they're so pretty.
Make a persuasion roll.
A persuasion roll?
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay. Yeah.
And I do appreciate that you think that they are good looking, but you do not just come up to somebody, look and start inspecting their arms. That is very creepy, and I would ask you to get away from my table.
I'll come back tomorrow then.
And I will not be here. Good to know.
Then I'll find you.
He kind of just gives you like a really I am thoroughly disturbed.
As far as the other guy, is there like a booth behind him?
Yeah, from where he's sitting, you could possibly get the booth behind him.
Okay. I would like to just kind of subtly slide into the booth behind him and just crack open a book. Look like I'm trying to be a lone rating and just
Alright,
gonna listen.
so just start.
I, on the other hand, am going to go ahead and attempt to swagger a little bit and
Uh-huh.
start approaching this hooded gentleman that had bumped into me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what you doing?
It kind of gets you startled. Hello?
Hey, you may not have noticed me, but you were the guy that hit me at the back as we were coming in.
Yeah.
I just wanted to introduce myself. I am Dakax Gaburik, and you are?
Make a persuasion roll.
I'm just I tried to be subtle about it, but I'm just like,
Oh no, you can be subtle about it. You can still be subtle about it. I'm just gonna be an asshole.
Dalrinian.
A rat.
He'll
rat.
say, he says Dalrinian.
Dalrinian.
Alright.
And at this distance, Nakax, you can actually make out, even though he's best trying to cover himself up, there's a bit of gold dragon scale that poke through his hood and mask.
Dalrinian. Oh, that is exceptionally fascinating. Before I continue, is this a bird mask or is this a?
It's a very simple cloth mask that he's using to kind of cover the front part of his face, but you can see that it actually only shows like slits where the eyes would be, and from this distance, it's very difficult to cover the gold skin, the gold scale.
Dalrinian, that is a very powerful name. A very shining beacon in the world that we have.
He'll kind of hold a hand up. I'm sorry to push this along, but why did you come over to me?
Oh, well, I just decided to go ahead and see if I could just go ahead and make a new friend. Since, of course, you hit me, and, of course, I had myself a nice little drink, I figured this must have to be some sort of fate, so how about I go ahead and I get you something to drink, we have ourselves a little conversation about who we are, try to discover maybe a little bit something interesting, and see where the night goes.
He'll kind of give you a glance up and down. Are you one of those Brotherhood thugs?
Me?
Shake me down once I get drunk?
You expect me to wear their cloth while I look like this as I show off the white robe and then tip the blue hat?
Go ahead and make me one more persuasion roll. He'll kind of give you a glance up and down. He'll motion to the seat in front of him, and you can see he kind of sits with a bit of a hunched back. But he will motion for you to come sit with him.
Of course. Barkeep, I would like to have 2 drinks at this table.
All right, first of all,
Dragonborn,
Dragonborn, you don't holler at me from across my bar, okay? You want something, you come up here and buy it.
Oh, unbelievable. I will be right back with you, good sir, and I will saunter over and plunk down a single gold piece and go, may I please have 2 drinks?
For a gold? Sure. He'll go ahead and pull 2 drinks. He'll go ahead and pull 2 cups, and he'll do that same trick where he knocks each of the cups. He'll knock each of the kegs with his arm, count 5 seconds, and then cut off the tap before giving them over to you.
And you see, that is why I think that your efforts here cost just as much as that. You are exceptional at your work. Mwah.
Yeah. You wouldn't be the first one trying to kiss up to me. What do you want?
Oh, just having myself a grand old time.
Have
these
yourself a grand
just
old
have to
time.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody just plops down a gold piece without wanting something. So what are you looking for?
All right. I just suppose fair enough. I just wanted to be absolutely clear. How interested are you in the Brotherhood being generally in this town?
I mean, it doesn't bother me none. They come in, they give me good business.
Okay. So no qualms, no issues that...
No. Those asshats don't. They talk a big game, but when it comes down to them, you can put them in their place pretty quickly.
I see. So,
yeah.
And those that wear the masks, those.
No, I don't care.
Masks.
Those people, I don't care for them either. As far as I'm concerned, they come in here and they waste the space. I've only sold maybe a handful of drinks to those people.
Good to know. Good to know. It's nice to have a neutral space once in a while. I'll donk a Shane, and I'll take the 2 drinks and head back.
Go donk yourself too.
I will head back to my friend at the counter.
Okay. You can see he's kind of moving the cane and putting it to his side. As you return, he'll kind of take the drink.
I am absolutely sorry that took a little bit longer than expected, but we're here now.
It's fine. So just looking for a friend. That's pretty odd around these parts.
How is it ever so odd?
Well, most people that are looking for friends aren't looking for friends. They're looking for hired mercenaries.
Well, I suppose in this dangerous time, that could be a possibility, but for me, on the other hand, I'm trying to know more about this place, more about what makes Nightshan tick.
You kind of...
You see, myself and party have come in and had something stolen from us. And I think it's going to be our job to retrieve it and make sure that we go ahead and slip out of town before a certain group, say, tries to absolutely decimate us or anyone else that may be in the way.
He kind of looks around. So, suffice to say, you're not a fan of the conditions around here?
Oh no, I hate bullies. It was the exact same way back at home. In case the misshapen, miscolored scales gave it away.
Yeah, I noticed that. Tell you what, you said he had friends. Where are you guys staying here? Are you all staying here tonight?
For now.
Okay. I've got a room up there. It's one of the bigger ones. Managed to snag it before one of those other assholes got it. Stop by. I'm room 2. Talk to you all.
You know what? We might take you up on that offer. I'll take my cup. Hold it.
He'll drink with you. Ugh. You notice, like, he pauses for a second before he goes, ugh. I don't get how these people drink this stuff.
I know. It is exceptionally fascinating. A new adventure every single day.
Alright, go ahead and meet me in my room about an hour.
Sounds reasonable. Until then, good friend. And in Draconic I'll go. And, until then.
Nod as you make your way upstairs. Anything else? Ezreal, did you want to do anything?
Yes. I would like to go up to the barkeep.
Alright, so...
hello.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I don't suppose you could tell me about anything about, Duval.
General Duval. Yeah, I could tell you a few things about him. One is that he's an outright asshole. Second one is that he has a tab with me for over 90 gold pieces. Third I can tell you about him is if he comes in here, I'm gonna crack his fucking skull open.
What? Is it just because of the tab, or did he do something else?
No, he's just an asshole anytime he comes in here. He comes in demanding space for his troops. I don't have so much a problem with the Brotherhood themselves. Just that guy promised me that he would pay up for the time that they spent here. And guess what? I haven't seen a single gold piece of that.
I wouldn't think so. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy to keep his word.
Yeah, and fuck me for trusting him. But I guess that's how things run around here.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be.
And,
Wouldn't be the first time someone's tried to swindle me.
I'm gonna lay down a couple of gold pieces on the counter. Thank you for your information.
Oh, go ahead and take it. And toss it into a coffer. He'll kind of start attending to some of the other patrons unless you have any other questions for him.
No, that's it.
Okay. So all of you will convene in your incredibly cramped room.
Yeah, I've been like casting prestidigitation the entire time just because I don't fucking trust this place.
So how bad is this room for me?
Oh god, Volok, you are taking up like you try to go. You try to
Locke
walk in,
sleeps
you have to-
outside.
Yeah, you kind of.
Could you imagine Hildy, who is actually taller than Block?
That's like, your head's kind of
Is
hitting.
she?
Your head's kind of hitting.
Yeah, I'm 8 foot tall.
Yeah, so you and Hildy, as you enter the room, you can't even lift your heads.
This is not gonna work. Hildy turns into a bird and flies out the window and goes to the roof.
All right.
No, wait! Don't! No!
So you hear Nakik?
No, wait!
Oh, then she
I'm just
she
gonna-
turns around and comes back and sits on the windowsill.
I'm
as a
basically
bird.
just gonna get on my knees and sort of wiggle myself in that way.
All right, so you get on your knees. You can easily kind of just knee walk your way in.
Alright. Hildy? I'm
You see a
assuming
bird
you're-
sitting on the still.
I'm assuming it's still you. I'm assuming you still understand me.
No, it's ravioli.
You tweet twice to tell me that you know. Tell me that you understand.
Tweet.
Wait, no, that was 3. What? No. No, 2. 2.
Seems no one's listening to you today. As
Well,
usual.
No, everyone needs to start actually listening in on here. There's actually someone that has a bigger room here that may actually have a little bit more information about this town that could be of use.
And do you trust him?
Well, let me just put it this way. Dragonborn of Golden Scales tend to have a higher standard of, well, trust in society. So, I could definitely trust this individual.
Tend to is the key word.
I poof back to normal. Yeah, that sounds a little. So she does a huge purple, like in the window.
You are so crushed in the. It looks like Hildy like stuck herself in the window. She's like crushed in the windowsill.
I don't like where this is going.
Really?
You guys hear? You guys actually hear as like just her body's putting enough weight on it. You just hear.
This is not good.
Oh no.
If you're not doing anything, Hildy, you should make me a dexterity saving throw.
Hildy's gonna try to get out of the windowsill.
Okay, go ahead and make me a strength check.
Just straight.
Back into the room or outside is the true
Into
question.
the room or outside?
Why not just turn it
Into the room.
something else?
Alright, so you'll pop your way through as you guys see that the windowsill itself was actually buckling outwards and cracking in a few places.
Why?
Oh, I don't particularly like talking to strangers such as these.
No,
You don't really.
He's definitely hiding something. I saw him whispering weirdly into his coat. Not good.
Well, if he's whispering something and he's trying to hide something, then it's clear that me trying to actually speak with him seems to have resonated something. And if it
Or
turns
he's
out that,
double bluff lying.
and if he's double bluffing, that means we have an access to maybe one of the other brotherhoods, or maybe actual member of the fucking bird cult.
Or walking into a murder trap.
Then, if you don't trust it, then I will go ahead and do it, because I want to make sure that we
can't
get
have
this.
you get help. That wouldn't be.
I'll go too.
I'll go as
Whack
well.
them, Ed.
I might not trust this individual, but I do trust you and your judgment.
He didn't seem like he was jumping, and what he was telling me didn't seem like he was trying to be deceptive or try to fool me anyway. Like I said, Golden Scales tends to show off the true tendencies of one's nature in dragons. So, if anyone wants to come with me, it'll be about, maybe another 40 minutes out of this hour. And we head off to room 2, where he is. And
which window is it?
Conversation.
Can I try to figure out which window it is?
Sure. You want to poof back into a bird?
I was thinking more like I'd want to try to step out into the hallway and see which room is labeled numbered.
Okay, so you'll go ahead and you'll lean out and look. Number 2 is at the very end of the hall.
Okay. Now I go and lean my head out I knee crawl my way back through and I lean my, I imagine, kind of long, lanky head out the window and look to see if there's a window at the end of the hallway.
Hildy, please don't lean on the windowsill. That bad things happen. Hildy!
No! Just, is there a window in room 2?
Make an investigation check. Alright, so Hildy will kind of lean a bit more as she's trying to get some leverage, and then all of a sudden you will hear, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. So Hildy, as she's leaning out, you guys will go, Hildy, and you guys will watch as the windowsill just breaks outward. Hildy goes tumbling out of the room, slamming into the grounds below.
Can I turn into a bird before I land?
Unfortunately, no.
This happens in an instant. You think you're gonna have enough focus to go ahead and have that happen?
I rolled pretty fucking high, actually. Take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
Okay.
That's actually a good amount of my HP if I fell.
Hildy, are you quite alright?
Oh, I've had worse. No, it's just a little bump.
That concerns me.
You notice a few people who are still on the streets are kind of looking up, like, what the fuck? And looking down at Hildy, just like,
crazy weather we're having, huh?
Kind of look at each other and start running off.
Hildy, when you come back up, bring those broken wood. I'll try to fix the bus, but I'm not sure that it's.
Go ahead and roll. I'll say go ahead and roll me a charisma check, Nekax.
Just a straight charisma.
Straight charisma.
Oh boy.
Okay. Say you manage to. I'll say it takes about 13, 14 castings of mending. But
still kind of looks like it's.
It still kind of looks like it's fractured, but it's serviceable.
It's fine.
Okay.
What would lesser restoration? No, it's a creature. Never mind.
All right.
What is not
so,
a creature?
I want everyone to be clear as I immediately turn around and start trying to carefully back away from the windowsill. We don't touch that area. I'm pretty sure if one of us even so much as touches it, it's probably going to collapse.
Noted.
Okay, that could have been, I don't know how long it took, but it must be getting close to meeting time. So, that little adventure's over. I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave you.
Alright. So you guys, it's going to be a little while longer, but if there's nothing else, you guys will wait for the better part of the hour, eventually making your way down to room 2.
Well, we're gonna hopefully take a rest after this anyways. No, we're gonna go into the bucket. Somebody's doing it as a bird! She's gonna use her last B shape to turn into a bird. And fly to room 2. Sit on the window.
So with that 3 investigation, you weren't quite sure which window was his.
Oh no.
She's gonna buzz back and forth till she sees her friends in a window.
Go and give me another investigation check this time as you're actually on the outside and scanning. Okay. Alright, you perch on a window that might line up with the room.
Do I see my friends in the room?
The shades are drawn.
Like, very carefully before I actually enter into room 2, I want to try to listen in.
Okay.
Toward the room.
Make me a perception check.
Yeah, just to check to see if there's something. There may be anything on the other side.
Okay, kind of listen, not quite hearing anything. Anybody else want to listen?
Do I hear noises from where I am?
Make a perception roll, Emily. Okay.
I will try and make.
So for most of you, you guys hear. For most of you, you guys can hear what sounds like a soft humming almost, like a song. Just this very light.
Oh, I'm not getting anything, but here we go.
I don't know if you guys heard that. I'm hoping the Yeti picked that up.
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay. So you go and knock and you'll hear a bit of shuffling before the doors open, and you guys see that masked. You guys see a masked individual, face completely covered except for some slits where the eyes are, where you can see peaks of gold scale coming through.
Hey.
Hi. I take it these are your friends?
Yeah, a few of them, yeah.
Come in. He'll go ahead and push the door open, and as he does so, you can see that this would basically, at a nautical hotel, essentially, pass as a captain's suite. It is much bigger, the bed is much bigger, and you can see that there is a much bigger window affixed into the side, although it's still quite unsightly. However, there is much more room for all of you in here.
I peck at the closed window that I'm sitting at.
So you guys on the inside will hear tink, 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 tink.
I'm gonna go over to the window.
He'll kind of hold a hand up to you, Volok, to hold still. No. Shuffle over. Pull the shade aside.
I'm gonna tell him in dragon. Why not?
He just holds his hand out to you as he looks out the window and sees this little bird. And
it just flies in.
Well, he's pulled the shade open, but the window's still closed. Is this yours?
No,
as well?
I wave my wing like a hello. Like window way some bird should actually be able to do that.
Is this yours as well?
Yes.
Sadly.
He'll kind of crack the door open for a little bit and hold his hand out for you to kind of hop onto. He'll pull you in. He'll set you down. Close the window again.
Just a little warning: if she decides to not be a bird, she's.
All right, shapeshifter, I got you. Well, he'll close the door and lock it behind him. So, let's talk.
The window closed as well now?
Yeah, the window's closed as well. Your friend here tells me that you guys aren't too fond of how things are working around here. Is that correct?
That is.
Like maybe to see some better people running the show?
Hang on. Y'all keep cutting out. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that.
Oh, he said maybe to see some better people running the show.
What type of better people? Who are you talking
Something
about?
like that.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Okay.
all of you, go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
What's the persuasion for?
Basically, to see just how much
I am the most
Yeah,
persuasive
what
bird.
person-
Basically, just to see how much he trusts all of you. Okay, wow.
Yep.
It's pretty good across the board, actually. He'll go ahead and, as he kind of glances around all of you. All right. And he'll kind of move over with his cane. And you see him fully stretch, like his back like corrects forward. He'll stretch forward. He'll kind of scratch the back of his head, almost thinking for a moment. He'll go ahead and take off the mask, removes the cloak, and what you see before you, standing completely full, is a gold dragonborn in very regal attire. A very fine suit that presses against him, and as he puts his cane to the side, this time he's fully standing straight up and down, no hunchback anymore. Kind of clears his throat. Well, terribly sorry about that. I do have to be careful when making my way around.
It's fine.
I understand.
And move back into normal. Nah, I'm perplexed.
Well, isn't that clever? Well, it's
Trust
just,
me, I do know the point of a good disguise.
Well, as you kind of get a better look at him, he kind of starts messing around with the back of his head, and you see these long, and I'm talking long, would almost look like feathers of some kind that kind of drape down to the back of the very center of his back, that kind of pull off from his body a little bit. He has these very bright blue eyes, and this very commanding presence about him. As he says, well, I do sincerely apologize. I didn't quite... What is the name of your group, if you don't mind my asking?
Sir, you've met with a great favor. With the favored few.
The favored few? Well, a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Tero. Tero Duray. I'm seeking to investigate these lands for any sort of invasion points. I presume you know of the Sanguine Hand, yes?
Oh, the Sanguine...
No, these are the third faction. There's the three.
And this is the guy you guys see.
We are.
If it showed to you guys, if it doesn't, I'm gonna put it into your journals right now.
If it doesn't show up, just go over to the stream.
We ain't see shit on our.
Also,
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Durango.
this guy wriggle as fuck.
Damn.
With
We've heard of the Sanguine Hand by name, but we haven't encountered anyone.
Yeah, not until now.
why do you have business here?
Well, He'll kind of look at the door for a moment. Just a moment. He'll go ahead and he kind of reaches into a pouch off to his side, and he watches as he kind of puts a bit of dust into his hand. He strikes it against the door, and he watches the door shimmers for a moment, goes over to the window, does the exact same thing. All right, so that should keep everything...
I'm going to look at Aster and be like, what is this guy doing?
What did he just do?
You saw him kind of put a little bit of powder into his palm, and he struck his palm against the door, like in an upward motion. Same to the window, and you watched as with each strike, the door shimmered for a moment, as did the window.
I'm guessing it's to... I forget which spell it was, but like, people can't hear you from outside.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Just like I did, although I'm sure that Nakax has no idea what this is. It's just really cool that there's a gold dragonborn that looks this way, and it's very comforting.
I make an Arcana check.
You get the sense. I will say Astra will be able enough to get the sense that he is cast some sort of silence against the door and window to make it harder for people to listen in.
It's a type of silencing spells. Keep unwanted ears away from us.
Very, very observant. I take it you're an arcane practitioner of some kind?
Only the best.
Quite a bold statement.
I am also a member of the arcane type
How are you? That is very good to hear, actually. Well, as I said, let's speak. And he'll go ahead and he'll sit down on the bed, kind of cane to his side. Well, I am here as a spy of sorts. The Sanguine Hand is going through a bit of a difficult time right now. We've been pushed quite far into the continent, and we're trying to see if we can't get any splinter groups into both the Brotherhood's and the Daywalkers' territories. Perhaps reclaim reclaim a bit of land. I take it, just based on your garb and the fact that you are not prancing around like you're the apex of everything, you're not Daywalkers.
Absolutely not.
No.
Nope.
Well, as said, that is my mission as of current, and it's been a bit difficult with the number of assassins roaming the streets at night. I take it you probably haven't seen anybody like that.
They don't happen to have bird masks, do they?
Some of them do, yes. I believe they're a different organization who decided to side with the Brotherhood.
Those are the ones we're actually more focused on. They're a cancer that's trying to have a better influence on this war than, well, they should.
It makes sense. Any form of outside help definitely bodes well for their military power. Although, what does strike me as odd is it does seem like some of their members are not as keen on being here from what I've observed. A lot of them seem almost distraught at constantly being within the Brotherhood's territories. So if at all possible, I would like to try to sway some of them to perhaps abandon their contract with the Brotherhood and instead serve the Sanguine Hand. Although I have not quite figured out a way to begin such a conversation.
I would agree that these individuals need to be out of control of these bullies. I have to warn you that these are not individuals that should be trusted in any way, shape, or form.
They're cosmically bad. Like the universe bad.
Is that right? That's interesting. Besides their firearms, I didn't take them for much of a threat.
You'd be surprised. We ran into their more effective officers time and again. And it's not just their firearms that's dangerous, but the magic that they have.
Interesting. I'll have to keep a closer eye then. But to my point, if you do all stand in an unaligned position and you don't like the current settlement here in Nightshan and the Brotherhood's way of dealing with things, perhaps you would be more interested in assisting the Sanguine Hand in overtaking this town and liberating its people.
Might I ask you a question, Taro?
Oh, of course. And I do apologize. What was your name, sir?
My name is Morton.
Morton. With pleasure. I do apologize. I tend to go off on tangents. What are each of your names?
I'm Valak.
Valak, a pleasure.
It's Asta Florence, not to be abbreviated.
Asta Florence, all right.
Of course. What kind of friend am I not to properly introduce
Oh,
myself?
you're Neckax, correct?
Absolutely.
All right. Looks
Thank you
over
for
at
remembering
Ezreal
the
and Hildy.
Hildy.
Hildy, a pleasure.
Ezreal. Very nice
Israel.
to meet you.
Very nice to meet you all as well. Continue, if you would, Morton. I do apologize for interrupting.
I was just curious. We've had very, very brief encounters with the Daywalkers and more encounters with the Brotherhood than the Daywalkers, and the Daywalkers seem very militaristic. I personally, that upsets me greatly. I don't want to see that. If this is a war, I don't want to see that after the fact. The Brotherhood are scum. Might I just ask you, what are the Sanguine Hen's goals?
Well, to unite, of course. We believe that as things are running, the towns and different settlements across the continent are leaderless and have no direction. But at that same point, we do not seek to get rid of their free will or drive them to such barbaric and terrible methods that the Brotherhood use. We merely want to unite under our Emperor, so that way people may have some structure in their lives, but still have the ability to shape their futures. And the only way we can see through to do this, the cities have done well with their democracies, but that does not bode well for the towns and settlements. And our belief is that under a monarchy, we would be able to properly bring peace to the continent.
Can I insight that?
Make an insight
I'm
check.
so inciting that. Kidding.
Same.
Alright.
Nope.
I mean, he seems to be very forthcoming with the information and very honest.
I really think he can be trusted. He seems very trustworthy.
He kind of gives a very bright smile. Well, I'm certainly glad I gave off that sort of impression.
Might I ask, who is your emperor?
Pulling up my notes real quick. Gotta scroll down to Sanguine Hand. Give it just one moment, please.
There should be an advertisement for a world end,
advertisement right
please.
here.
Can I
Ladies and
talk
gentlemen.
while you're doing this?
Yes.
Hello,
Hello, Chris.
Ezreal, can I bother you for a second?
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually got it up. I got it up. But go ahead.
Did you happen to catch the name of that scummy shop owner from earlier?
His because he would have said it in front of you. It was Drost Foulbow.
Drost.
Drost.
I don't even know how to spell it.
Foulbow.
Just Foulbow.
I think he is your new best friend.
I think I would rather stay outside of 100 feet of him.
He would like you to go back in, Goo, and put your elbow on his table there.
He
I'm
most
very
certainly would not.
upset.
Yeah.
I'm upset that I can't go back to that store. I really
Why?
did want to do some shopping.
Well,
Oh,
what
you could go
need-
back. You just can't put your elbows on his tabletop there.
That
Unless you're
scum
Ezreal,
is
of
not-
course.
That
If
scum
you're
is
Ezreal,
not getting my
you want
money.
her right on top.
Sorry, what was that?
He'll. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That scum is not getting my money ever.
What he did to me?
I mean, yes, but that attitude, that has nothing to do with you. If I had seen it with anyone else, that is not something I ever want to see out of a person.
Well,
And I'll glare at Volok, kind of.
I'm gonna look over.
As you
Where's
guys are,
Nakax?
yeah, as you guys are having this
Into me.
conversation, he'll say, as you ask him for the name of his emperor, said, that would be Emperor Dalior Arl.
What was the last name?
Arl. A-R-L.
Dariel Oral.
Yeah.
Have I heard of this person?
Make a history check.
Alright.
Can I also make a history check?
Sure. Yeah. I'll say anybody from the continent can make a history check.
I may as well try, despite being a homeboy.
I have no idea.
No.
Get out of here, homeschool kid.
All right. So Aster,
I wasn't any schooled.
the name Dali or RL rings a tiny bell. You know he was in charge of 3 of the towns more along the farther coast of the continent, but other than that, that's really all you ever heard.
I'm gonna lean over to Nakax and tell him in Draconic, I think Goo likes your woman. He's getting very defensive of her. More than you, my friend.
Can I hear this?
Do you speak Draconic?
I do speak Draconic.
Ooh.
I do.
Then
Like I said, I leaned over while he was talking to Goo.
I would say you're probably distracted with Goo at this point.
Okay.
Matera will continue and say, if you would be willing to ally yourself with the Sanguine Hand, then I may have a bit of work for you, if you're interested.
At this point, I get ready to be excited, then immediately face drops and look over the group and go, should I?
We all definitely have to think about it.
No.
Commitment.
Like I am totally behind doing this. It's just that the other thing, thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, I'm
gotta think about
100%
it.
for this thing over the other thing.
The completely non-committal agreement we made before.
The non-critical.
Matera will kind of raise a finger. Would you care to explain to me this agreement you made?
Not right now.
Can you let us talk over ourselves before we
Kind of
give
curiously looks at all of you and says, very sure. Kind of leans back on the bed, still just sitting.
Okay, like
That means, can you please step out of the room and come back in a minute or two?
With all due respect, this is my bedroom.
fair point. We could.
Okay,
go
we'll
there.
go out. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back shortly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we're
Sure.
right out the door. We're gonna be right there, and yes.
All right. So you guys go ahead and make your way out into the hallway.
How the fuck are we gonna explain it? We're having a great about the Daywalkers.
I
I
think
think
I
you
honestly,
understand.
just being honest, just forthcoming, we had an arrangement, but we really don't trust them.
Do we trust him?
I
That's
do.
what I'm trying to figure out. We
I
don't
don't
know nothing
know.
about his emperor.
You gotta
What-
I
think.
honestly can't see why we can't do both. It seems
We're
like
talking. I don't remember the Daywalker thing with these guys. Do they
That-
have a beef with them all?
we all have beef with each other. We all don't
Everyone wants to kill each other at this point.
Yes. But all we have to do for these other people is just,
I'm
look
keeping
for
an
the-
eye on the door to see if I see him come by it or if it moves.
make a perception check. Okay, you're keeping a pretty good eye on the door. You don't see any movement.
Hmm.
But I mean, like, I gained his trust. It's like, if we do this now, it's like, oh, maybe this group that I'm talking to, maybe they can't be trustworthy. I'm trying to.
We
That's-
can't keep aligning ourselves with people and taking on quests.
Exactly. So, if this is the road we want to go down, we have to commit.
Do we even know if this emperor is benevolent or not?
Well, does anyone have like knowledge of who he is? Because
the only person who rolled high enough to even know the name was Aster, and even then he only knew the name, and that he used to preside over 3 towns toward the far side of the continent.
Was any emperor ever not benevolent in any shape?
Most emperors been communist, so...
Yeah, dude,
Normally
fantasy
didn't go too
communists.
Capitalists, communists, they did the hokey pokey.
They're all about the same.
Well, I don't know if I prefer it over a complete and total military occupation.
And we don't like the third option.
We could just go in and see what he offers, say we align, and find out what happens if we don't complete.
I want to know more about this man. Leopard.
He's sort of a dragonborn like Nakak, so they gotta have something in common, right?
They have. It's a golden.
David, because you're the only one who heard who even knew the name. Make me a nature check.
Nature check.
Yeah.
Okay. With the power of smart boys, I can pass my nature check.
Yes.
Daylor. Both the names Daylor and Arl. Both sound like elven names.
Okay.
So, at least got that. At least they sound elven. So from that you can possibly...
So, since you are a silver dragonborn, what is your feelings about the gold dragonborn?
Well, it's... You see, normally, a chromatic dragon is just the straight colors. It's just they're out for themselves, they're greedy, manipulative, and they try to make things work in their way for their own greed.
Nakax, in your mind, Nakax, you'll just hear...
Shut up! Meanwhile, metallic dragons, on the other hand, are trying to do the exact same things, except it's supposed to benefit others. It's why every single time they talk about the Platinum Dragon fighting against Tiamat, the Platinum Dragon's out to try to serve justice and protect and make sure that whatever's right is done right, and Tiamat, on the other hand, wants to fuck everything up.
Okay, we'll go with that.
So, like, I absolutely trust him, but I don't exactly know how he's going to react if he finds out that we may have jumped the gun and picking a side here.
Yeah. Well, we didn't pick a side.
We can't lie to him. He always
suspects us already.
So there's no point of trying to beat around the bush with him.
Alright, so...
We're gonna have to tell him the truth if you really want to align with him, or we just stay on our current path, and we're gonna have to see what happens when we throw this in a crapshoot.
Valak, because you're the only one who made an active perception check, you will just very, very lightly hear what almost sounds like a ding that comes from the inside of the room.
Hey, did you guys hear that? I heard a ding. It sounded like it came from his room.
Almost like as if you... It's a ding almost like as if you had heard a blade being sheathed, like that shink.
Like he pulled out a sword.
Well, no, it sounds like he sheathed a sword. Just
oh,
shink.
He sheathed it. Sounded like he put a sword away.
He had a weapon out?
Did he have it out when we were in there?
Or something else in there.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was going through the door.
I'm just gonna go kick the door and go in.
Okay, kick the door, doesn't open.
Dynamic entry.
Dynamic entry failed.
I'm just gonna...
He'll go ahead and, as he hears the kick, he'll kind of open the door. Perhaps not the best idea to go kicking doors that are magically enchanted. Come in. He'll hold the door open for you all.
So...
Oh, trust me, we've had a lot of worse
Somebody else in there with you?
No, just me.
Were you playing with your sword? Or something of that nature?
I was messing around with some things that I have on me, yes.
Were you listening to us?
No, I respect privacy. As
I'm like an inside check on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Everybody or just him with?
Fuck.
People that
Oh,
won't
God
do
damn
it.
it.
He's being honest.
Next, just
I would hope that me respecting your privacy makes you understand that I would expect that you would be honest in our conversation.
Of course.
yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Go
I
ahead.
just want me to inform you that's the reason why we're here in town, or at least one of the other reasons besides the bird guys is because we were meant to look for weakness spots in the town ourselves. For the Daywalkers.
He kind of straightens his posture out as both his hands go onto his cane.
It's not like we.
Is that right?
It's not like we. We
That
didn't.
We had a brief encounter with them, and they offered us a very, very large sum of money. They're awful, and I hate them. But the rest of my party agreed to that, and I deemed their judgment usually pretty good, even if the morals behind the agreement aren't exactly something I
The money
enjoy.
is always good.
Go ahead and make
We'd always use.
go ahead and make a persuasion roll at advantage.
Anyone or
No,
This is go.
oh boy.
It's gonna go bad.
Dude! 12.
That's not awful. It's not terrible.
I'm sure you understand my hesitance from this point on.
Completely.
He'll think for a moment as he kind of taps the cane against the
Look,
floor.
it's not like we really wanted to be a part of them, but somebody, and I will look over to Hildy, decided that maybe we should check on a noise, and we went into their camp, and we had ourselves an issue to deal with.
We were strong-armed into it. I'm sure you know how the GIF act by now.
All right. I'll give you.
I'll take some of that responsibility.
I'll give the benefit of the doubt. You seem like people who are not so willing to ally yourselves too quickly. However, I must preface, if you do choose to assist me, you will be making a pledge to assist the Sanguine Hand. This is not me threatening, and this is not me trying to intimidate you in any way. I am trying to tell you exactly what you would be signing up for should you take a task from me. But if you do not want it, I would ask, if you are as honest as you seem, do not alert anybody to my presence here. Allow me to continue my work, and we will part ways now.
Okay.
To make our decision a little bit easier, I think it'd be best if we got to know what you all stand for, the Emperor you kneel to.
Oh, someone reloaded.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Good.
He'll sit for a moment. The Emperor is, I will not lie, he is a very stern individual. He commands the respect of his people. But he does so with fairness, and he does so as justly as he can. That being said, he's not perfect. The Sanguine Hand has a lot of issues at the moment with its lower class. as most
What
of the
kind?
as most of the food and supplies go to those of us who risk our lives for information and risk our lives to see the Sanguine Hand's growth. Oh. But he's kind. He tries his best to do what he can for everyone, even in these trying times. He's elven, and quite old at that. I believe he's 698 years old.
Wow.
And how old are you, Israel?
100.
127.
For you being around that long, have you ever heard of anything like this?
Israel did attempt a history check before, and unfortunately she didn't roll high enough.
I'm sorry. I've been secluded for a great portion of my life. I'm not so sure about, I guess, current events.
As for your question as to what we stand for unity, we stand for understanding, and we stand for the growth of each individual under our Emperor's wise gaze and leadership.
And equality?
To those who earn it. There's
Hang
no
on.
segregation. Go ahead, make an insight check if you'd like to.
Could you repeat that? Because you cut out hardcore.
He said equality for those who earn it.
Insight check.
Seems
Seems
I believe him.
very forthcoming in his ideals.
And what exactly does that mean?
Those who are willing to work, those who are willing to propel themselves forward in society, are met with that equality, that they are just as hardworking as their neighbor and just as hardworking as any of the lower class or middle class or upper class. But as with any society, I'm sure you understand that each group is sectioned off for a reason, and each group must respect the group higher than them. Just as I am high class, I must show my proper respect to those in power.
Is that so?
It is our belief. But we are also not a society. We are also not a society that is built upon if you are born into a class, you are stuck into a class. As I said, equality is given to those willing to work for it. You can earn your way into becoming nobility under our emperor. Just as if you are nobility and do nothing with it, you will fall in stature.
But still, if you're not born into that noble class, you're looked down upon, spat upon, taken advantage of, is that it?
I will let you know. I will let you know in my personal experience. I have never spat. I have never seen them as lesser. But I cannot say that that is the same ideal that other people at my stature share. But I presume you could say that about any society. Take the Brotherhood, for instance. I'm sure you've seen firsthand the kind of ruthlessness they implore upon those who cannot defend themselves.
I have.
I am not saying we're a perfect society, because we are not. But I am saying that we, under the Emperor, could see the continent united and possibly achieve a full class equality in time.
Another question.
Of course.
What happens when your emperor passes? Who becomes the next one?
That would be his son.
And what if, say, his son doesn't share the same values as his father? and becomes a tyrannical ruler, what then? Do you adopt his value, or what? Do you fight against him for the values of his father?
As much as this may not be the answer that you want, I don't know. And it is not something that I trouble my mind with now. We're at war, and that is the pressing matter at hand. Although I do not see his son becoming such a tyrant as you say, as he has adopted many of his father's ideals, although I do suppose corruption does lie in many places.
And
so my honest answer to you...
Elves live for a really, really long time, so it would definitely be past all of our existence, right?
As said, I cannot give you an answer, as I do not know what the future will hold. All I can tell you is what I know now. And what I know now is that if we are able to unite the continent, and we are able to all be under one flag, then perhaps we may achieve at least what is my dream. That's what I work for. But I understand that also may not be a good enough answer for most. So if this is not something that you share or you have skepticisms about, then I welcome you to reject my offer, continue with your own paths, and see what paths may unfold before you. But if you are willing to help, just let me know.
Am I just having a bad connection, or I just...
That might just be, I think it's just you, Jordan.
Yeah, it's just you, Jordan.
Can you give us a
I
little
am
time
too.
to think on this?
Sure.
You mean, is Eric cutting out? Because he's cutting out for me too.
Oh, am I
No,
cutting
yeah,
out?
it's not for me.
Am I cutting out for everybody?
No, Eric's fine for me.
Except for Dave.
Like there are just like large chunks of like text audio missing, and I'm just seeing his mouth on the video chat. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'll reload real quick. Just give me 1 sec here. Boop.
Where we're at.
Alright, are we better now?
So far.
Okay,
For
cool.
now.
For now, that's good enough.
What new?
So asking him, he'll say, of course, take your time, but if possible, an answer by tomorrow would be much more helpful to my task.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need a little time.
Feel free.
We need to talk it through. Always, and so far, this is 2 for 2 for trying to rush us into something.
Again, I am on a time crunch, and I need to complete my mission within a certain time frame. I apologize for rushing, but at the same time, you must understand that I have my own limits on how long I can be away.
We will try to give you an answer by the end of the night, if possible.
And one more, how many of you are there in this town?
It is just me. We move in smaller numbers as to attract less attention, but there is nothing wrong with recruiting allies where we can.
Good to know.
He'll go ahead and he'll stand up from the bed, give a little stretch to his legs. I look forward to hearing your answer. Until then, have a pleasant night.
You as well.
Mm.
You guys will...
I start heading back to the room.
You guys will be escorted out of the room. He'll shut the door behind him.
Good seeing you. To our place then.
As we're walking, it's like he doesn't like how we jump in real quick with one, but now he's making us try to jump as fast as he wants us to. Does that make sense to any of you guys?
He's trying to get his own thing done.
I understand everybody has an agenda they want to follow. And everybody's always on a time crunch.
It's not exactly a sign of paper.
I don't think they care about what we want to do.
No group is gonna care what we want to do.
Yeah. Daywalkers didn't either.
I don't like any of the above.
They said they could care less if we complete it or not. If we complete it, we get a handsome reward.
The plan for society doesn't... It really rubs me the wrong way.
Whose?
I don't. All of them.
I actually like his idea that there's a chance that people could matter if they actually have skill and talent and want to push themselves.
I
Definitely
kind of agree.
Good, because we can move up in society. If we didn't have nothing, you got to work for it. It's not just handed
good,
on a platter.
We can agree that they're the lesser of the evils here.
So far, because in the third one are the Birdmask people, right?
Yes, the ones that align with Tremor.
Yeah, so these guys definitely seem to be a little bit better than the others.
At which point, as you guys are having this conversation, you will hear the blaring of what sounds like a war horn from outside your window.
What the?
And you will watch as you guys look out the window, you will hear some varieties of gunshots and fire. You'll hear some people screaming in the streets as you watch as a number of those people in yellow and blue robes start charging in. This seems like a very small group of people, nothing too big. They just begin you kind of look at the front gate, you see a few of the of the Brotherhood draw some blades and try to combat them back, but get shot down really quickly. A few of them break into the streets, and you watch as from the alleyways, several cloaked figures jump down on top of these individuals, drawing daggers back and jamming it straight into their necks. Most of them gasp for air as they start panicking. Some collapse. Another one kind of pulls up a rifle, shoots, and fires, and you start hearing panic. People are screaming in the streets. You see doors being shut, windows being locked.
Blue. Is this
Daywalker?
These are the Daywalkers.
Yeah.
So they came out early before.
You also notice. I will point out. You also notice this is a very, very small group. This is maybe 7 or 8 individuals.
Rogue party.
It's a very small group. This is not an invasion force.
They didn't invite us to the party?
I mean,
must be a scouting party.
But it's getting cocky.
Maybe they didn't really think we were coming here.
We're testing to see where the strengths and weaknesses of this place lie.
Are you guys doing anything? Are you guys doing anything? By the way, about three of the Daywalkers have just fallen to these assassins that just pop out of the shadows and just mercilessly just gut them in the streets.
Do these assassins?
I'm following the assassins.
Yep.
I was gonna ask, do these assassins look like anything?
Yeah, what do they look like?
From what you can tell, at least the ones you can see out the window, there are these individuals that are dressed in full Brotherhood attire. Kind of have masks and hoods up. You see, as you guys kind of look down the street, you see that individual who's blowing the war horn is in Brotherhood attire and blows the horn again. As you watch as a number of the Brotherhood start rushing out onto the streets, you see them start tackling this small scouting party.
Where are they coming from? Do they be around the
make an insight
sewage grate?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Insight?
Yeah, this is to read the situation.
Okay.
I'll try and join in on that.
Yeah.
You read with perception, dummy.
So you get the sense that this absolutely was a scouting party, and they blew whatever they came here to scout, and got caught. But they are being shown no mercy. There are no arrests. There is nothing. They are literally being pinned and gutted in the street.
Yeah, but what about, like, am I getting a sense of the assassins?
The assassins seem to be just, for the most part, they just seem to kind of be doing their job, more of like a nighttime patrol. They seem, for up until that very moment, you guys didn't see any of them. They seem very good at what they do.
So who here keeps really good notes? We'll write that down. So if we decide to go back, we have that as some knowledge.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, as you guys just kind of watch out the window, you lean out the window, you'll see, kind of cross into another window, you'll see the now fully dressed Taro in his full disguise looking out the window and watching what's going on as the last few numbers of the Daywalkers just get completely massacred. Before you kind of hear one of the dressed assassins go, these bastards never learn. All right, take them. All right, take their corpses. Let's dump them in the ocean with the others.
DM, with mirror image, can I look like one of the bird masked individuals?
With mirror image?
Yes.
Mirror image just creates a duplicate of yourself.
Disguise self, I think.
I think you mean disguise self.
Yes.
Why do I have mirror image then? Oh yeah, it's alter self, Dewey. That's
Alter
where it
self.
is.
Alter self is, I don't believe, alters your physical appearance to a new species. I think it's only disguise self that does that.
Okay, yeah.
But the alter
I
self
need to get the other spell.
Do we still have the
minus
option?
a foot?
Awesome idea. I had such a cool idea, and we're not going to be able to use it. God damn it.
Hang
What
on.
do you mean?
Hang on.
I
Don't we
just
still
have
have
idea.
the costumes?
I still have the costume.
Well, either way, it is past 11 o'clock. Unless you guys want to keep going.
Okay.
I can't.
I planned on making dissension amongst the two groups, but
It's up to you
Well-
guys. We can keep going if you'd like to, but it is past 11.
Save that for next week as well.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
All right.
If,
All right, cool. All
On
right,
the
so we'll go ahead
previous
and,
episode.
so as the
people got
final
gutted.
few Daywalkers get completely finished off, we'll go ahead and leave that there for the night. Yeah, we'll pick this up next week. See you guys next Friday. Actually, no, I don't think we'll see you guys next Friday because I am working 4 to 10 next Friday.
what?
So,
Oh
yeah.
man.
And
So
4
no
to 10
session next week.
4 to 10 on Saturday as well, unfortunately. Although I'll talk to
Eric gotta catch up on making that bread, brother.
Yeah, although I have an idea. I'll talk to you guys after the stream is over. But anyway, we'll pick this up we'll pick this up on not next week but the week after. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and have a good night.
Good night, everybody.